right, let's talk about more about the economy and what the Liberals have planned for us. Joining us now, Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Leary Financial Group. Hi, Kevin.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So how is Justin Trudeau viewed within the business community? Any concerns?
There are concerns. You haven't heard the word brain drain since the mid-90s, and yet it's come up recently as a result of his decision, or at least his announcement or his intention during the campaign, to take anybody over 90,000 into the highest tax bracket in North America. So when you get to a point where you're taking more than half a person's income, they tend to start making economic decisions about where they live and where they build businesses. So any doctor, any lawyer, any entrepreneur, any student graduating out of engineering is going to make more than 90,000 in Canada. And if you basically tell them, look, you can either work in Canada or get a job in the United States that has 30% less tax, some portion of those people make that geographic decision. That's a bad outcome. And so hopefully now that Justin has a majority and his advisors are going to talk to him about what they've learned from the past. Certainly we have lots of anecdotal evidence from the mid-90s in Ontario where many high-tech startups around the Waterloo region simply moved their businesses out of Bob Rae's Ontario when he promised to tax them both corporately and personally at the highest tax jurisdictions in North America. So that's one grave concern. It's pretty significant, being discussed now in the business community.
Yeah, and you know, you got to give, I guess, the Liberals time because they're going to get in there, they're going to take a look at the books. And, you know, as previous governments have, Kevin, and you can speak to this as well, once they actually see what's on the books, do you think they're going to change their minds about what they had promised to do during the election campaign, economy-wise?
Well, I think many politicians, and Justin's no different, he was a masterful campaigner, made many promises. The strategy is very akin to what happened in Ontario. You get in, you finally say, oh, the cupboard's bare, I didn't realize how bad it was, I'm going to change some policies around fixing it based on what my advisors have said. Now, the larger question being discussed in trading desks in New York and Chicago this morning is, what's he going to do about energy policy? He was sort of a moderate around pipelines, not, as the NDP said, you know, we don't want any pipelines. He's basically supporting some and not others. There's a grave concern about energy investors that if we don't eventually solve this huge difference, many people in Canada don't realize when you see the price of oil, Canadian companies actually get $22 less this morning because their oil is landlocked in the Canadian oil sands. We need pipelines, we need rail transportation. What Justin decides to talk and do about that is of great interest for billions of dollars. These are energy investors in American pension funds waiting to hear what he's going to do about that. That's probably more a big picture decision than anything else he's going to be doing in the short term.
Yeah, the other thing though, Kevin, the Bank of Canada governor says that we're coming out of a technical recession. So are we on an upswing, good times ahead, and the Liberals can capitalize on that?
Yes, I think you're right. I mean, we had such a shock with the price of oil and then the NDP decisions to, you know, cause other problems within Alberta, that it took the economy and those who look at the Canadian economy from outside. Remember, we're only 2.5% of the world's GDP, so we're of interest, but we really have to depend on attracting foreign capital for some of these really large projects that we have to deploy in all the provinces. So I think that Trudeau is going to enjoy the result of an upswing. We didn't see a rate decrease by the Bank of Canada, which would have signaled grave concern of recession, and now they're watching to see what the forward quarters look like. I think we're in good shape here, and if he doesn't get, and I'm speaking now about Justin Trudeau, if he doesn't get too crazy with the policies and he keeps the course, he may attract lots of foreign capital. He's the kind of leader that people are fascinated with right now.
Okay, Kevin, always good to talk to you. Thanks so much. Come back.
Take care.